so it's a demonstration planting.
Mm-hmm.
Basically to show people that we need to start doing something about climate change. These trees are all from the Carolinian zone of southwestern Ontario, so they wouldn't normally grow here.
Okay.
But in the last 30 years, since we've been tracking climate change, we know that climate has changed roughly 7 to 14 kilometers per year. So over 30 years, the climate that these trees are accustomed to used to be about 300 kilometers south of us. Trees can migrate. You know, a mature tree can't move, but through seed dispersal mechanisms, like a poplar tree has fuzz like a dandelion, it blows in the wind, it can go a kilometer. An oak tree with acorns basically falls to the ground. Maybe a squirrel might carry it 100 meters, but they can't basically move. On average, through seed dispersal, they could go maybe 300 meters a year. So here's the setup. Climate is changing at 10 kilometers per year. Trees can only move at 300 meters per year. So over time, year after year after year, there becomes a gap. So trees are, they call it maladapted to where they find themselves growing. Doesn't mean they're going to die, but it means that they are definitely maladapted to their current conditions. That results in, poor growth, poor vigor, failure to thrive is another way to say it. And it's happening right across the board. I mean, the climate has also changed in the zone that these guys came from, right? That climate has also changed. So it is also 300 kilometers. So that climate of southwestern Ontario is somewhere, in Ohio. The climate we have right now is somewhere in the southern part of New York, Pennsylvania area. That's kind of, so that's the situation. And all we're trying to do is just make people realize that and that it's real. You can measure it. You can't debate it any longer. You can measure sea level rise. You can measure average heat. There's no doubt that it's happening.
Yeah.
So we have to get on to the either mitigating what we're doing about it or adapting to what we can't change. This would be a form of adaptation. If it was done on a big, large scale, this is just a demonstration site. If you did this on a massive scale, you'd call it assisting migration.
Okay.
Right? You're moving them on purpose to a climate where you think they might be better adapted to. But that's not what this is. This is just a demonstration site. So they're not supposed to grow here, but we're afraid they're going to do just fine.
Now Gary is going to demonstrate how to plant a tree, in this case, a swamp white oak tree. To begin with, grab your shovel and dig a hole that is 3 times as wide and 2 times as deep as the root of the tree. Next, go through all the soil and loosen it up, as well as get rid of any sod that may be in the pile. Now, carefully get the tree out of the pot. Then put some loose soil on the bottom. This allows the root to grow down easily. Now, refill the hole with the original soil, making sure that you don't bring in any sod. Now place a cocoa mat down.
Down into the dish. And we'll just hide the edges so that it doesn't dry up and curl up. Just grab it. Now we'll retain water a little bit and we'll keep the weeds away.
Lastly, pour water over your tree and the cocoa mat. And there you have it. You've planted your first tree.
So you need to picture a swamp white oak with a diameter of 1.5 meters, going right here, 250 years. Because that's what you just did.